Welcome back, my dear listeners. I'm glad you're back for this new episode. Today we are going to talk about Google algorithm updates over the past 12 months. There has been a lot of updates. They make a lot of updates to their search algorithm, so I'm not going to cover every single one of them because there's hundreds of them, I believe. But what I wanted to do was cover some of the seven major updates of the past 12 months, give you an overview of what those updates meant, what they did in those updates. Obviously, it's like the Coke recipe. We don't know the Google search algorithm recipe. I'm sure there's 2 armed guards on that server so that nobody steals it physically, and then virtually there's probably all kinds of firewalls. But what I want to do is give you an overview of what is out there publicly, the information that is available to people like us, and then give you not only the 7 major updates, but also the impact of those updates to your business or to your website. So wanted to give you an update on an overview of that, but also wanted to provide you with some principles of the type of updates Google likes to make and what kind of updates you can expect to see in 2024. So I'll cover some of the major principles of those updates and what those updates could entail. And not just 2024, maybe even 2025 and 2026 as well and beyond, because I don't think those principles are necessarily going to change. Finally, towards the end of the show, I will talk about where you can go to learn about the updates as they happen, because it's good to do a 12-month assessment, but it's also good to know what the updates are as they occur, because a few years ago around COVID time, when I was running a website that talked about medical information, we saw a 25% drop in traffic after a Google core update that impacted healthcare websites. We weren't doing anything nefarious. We weren't doing anything bad. We weren't doing any black hat SEO. It's just that Google decided to reprioritize how it was going to evaluate certain types of healthcare websites. Completely outside of our control, saw a 25% drop in traffic. So anyway, so if you want to stick around towards the end of the show, I'll give you some updates, hints on where you can go to learn about the updates as they happen. So tune in and let's get started. Welcome to the latest episode of Corner Your Market. I'm your host, Sailes Kimide. In this podcast, I talk about all things digital marketing, from website design and development to SEO and PPC, as well as paid advertising, email marketing, social media, and anything in between. If you're a small business owner, a marketing manager in a company, or an entrepreneur, this podcast is for you. So tune in every Thursday at 10 a.m. You'll gain some practical insights, new strategies, tactics, and tools that will help you grow your business. To subscribe, go to corneryourmarketpodcast.com and select the podcast app of your choice. Then you can hit subscribe within those apps. That again is corneryourmarketpodcast.com. Also, don't forget to like and share our individual episodes. You can also leave a review in the app once you've listened to one of our episodes. In this episode, I want to talk about Google. Specifically, I want to talk about Google's search algorithm. I know it's like the Coke formula. I'm not going to say I know the Google search algorithm, because if I did, I'd be Google and I wouldn't be doing this podcast. I'd be on a yacht somewhere enjoying my cigar and martini and looking at a sunset, I guess. But anyway, we're going to talk about Google's search algorithm for a number of reasons. Google does update their search algorithm on a regular basis, and I think a lot of people find it, I don't know if they find it surprising. I'm assuming most people understand that an algorithm is a living, breathing thing. It doesn't just sit there, and Google's algorithm has come a long ways over the years, and it didn't happen overnight. Obviously, they make tweaks to their algorithm, and I think I've seen some insane numbers. I think they make 400 or 400 plus algorithm updates per year. So that's almost daily, maybe even a little bit more than that. I know it's an insane number. Don't quote me on that. I saw that number a while back. I can't really exactly remember the exact number, but they make their algorithm changes very often is what I'm trying to say. So today what I wanted to do was we will review the updates, the major updates over the last 12 months. I wanted to do the last of 2023, but I know some of these updates we're going to talk about happened in December of 2022, which seems like a long time ago, but it's not. It was about 10 months ago, 11 months ago. So we'll talk about the algorithm updates over the last 12 months, and then some of the impacts that it had on businesses, right? So that's the premise of it. So before we get started, I just want to go over a little bit. Google does algorithm updates to obviously improve the quality of search results, right? There's people out there trying to game the search results all the time. So Google's trying to stay ahead of that. Their whole goal is to provide users with the most relevant and useful search results possible. Their entire business is on that bedrock, the search business, that is. They have other businesses now, but which we all know. So by making frequent updates to the algorithm, they can continually improve that search experience for the user, right? And so they're able to improve its ability to identify and rank high quality content. That's their whole goal. And there's lots of people. The proliferation of the SEO industry means there's people like me on the other end that are trying to find that, whatever thing is to get my clients or my business or my site ranked as much as possible, because number one, number two rankings on Google can kill or make or kill your business. We all know that. I don't think I need to reinforce that at all. So, and another reason why they actually do their updates is because they want to stay ahead of spammers and bad actors. Yeah, that there are bad actors in this world, right? Sometimes I talk to young people and they feel like they don't believe that there's bad actors. No, there are bad actors. There are bad actors out there. They have very bad intent. Spammers, they might be out to, they might target a specific search term and try to get, certain type of people to their site and get their credit card. Hey, happened before, could happen again. So trying to stay ahead of those kind of people is the goal of the updates as well. And then also they want to make updates because they want to keep changing. They want to keep up with the changing nature of the web. How we use the web is always changing. What we do on the websites, on search is always changing. There's competitors out there. It seems like Google is not going anywhere right now, but this industry can change pretty fast, right? So they got to stay ahead of the game. So they make frequent updates to its algorithm in order to keep up with those changes and ensure that its search results are accurate and up to date. So to give you a little bit of a perspective, let's imagine that Google's search algorithm is a map of the internet, right? Google needs to keep this map up to date in order to provide users with accurate directions. If Google didn't make frequent updates to its map, users would get lost. Similarly, if Google didn't make frequent updates to its search algorithm, users wouldn't be able to find the information they're looking for, because things change, people change, websites change, things are always moving, And so Google's frequent algorithm updates can sometimes be frustrating for website owners. I know that 10 years ago, there was a big major update that they made on backlinks, and many, many, many people, myself included, lost like number one rankings in a lot of categories. And I hadn't done anything bad, but the nature of backlinks and how we acquire backlinks was changed in that algorithm, and people went from number one to like the second page overnight. Second page is basically purgatory, right? It's not hell because you're not burning yet, but it's purgatory. It's hard to get out of it. You're stuck, so and now although I wouldn't say it's bad. I know maybe it's because of the nature. Maybe it depends on the type of searches I do, but sometimes I do go to the second page just to kind of see who's out there, man. Maybe their SEO is bad, but maybe their product's good, So actually there was a joke about this a while back. I saw a meme said that if you Google your symptoms, let's say you're feeling, back pain or muscle aches and stuff like that, and the results you see are not necessarily solutions to your back pain. It's just a testament of who has the best SEO. So that answer you get may or may not be the solution to your back pain, but you sure as heck got to there because they have good SEO. So anyway, keep that in mind. And I think that's the kind of stuff that Google's trying to combat, because they want you to have the solution to the back pain and not necessarily reading articles from people that really know how to do SEO, but know nothing about back pain. Anyway, so let's get started. Believe it or not, I'm 6-7 minutes in and I haven't really gotten started on this topic yet. So let's get started. So in this episode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the 7 major updates of the last 12 months, and then the impact of these updates on business websites. And then also, obviously I don't have a crystal ball, but what kind of updates can you expect in 2024? We're not going to look at specifics, but we're going to look at principles of what you can expect. Not just 2024. I think those principles probably apply to 2025 as well, 2026. So there you have it. Very, very insightful episode coming up. So just to give you a quick update, in September of 23, there was a helpful content update. These are the names Google gives it. And it just basically means the type of update it is. It's a helpful content update. August 23, so a month before that, there was a core update. And then in April of 23, there was a reviews update. In March of 23, there was a core update again. And then February of 23, there was a product reviews update. In December of 22, there was a helpful content update. And then in October of 22, there was a spam update. So that goes back 12 months from now, because right now I'm recording this at the end of October in 2023. So you people in the future, listening to this, what is the future like? Tell me what the future is like. I would like to hear what the future is like. So email me what the future is like, because you're listening to this in the future. That's kind of tripping on that a little bit. Sorry. It's morning time. I haven't had anything yet. So let me give you a brief update or a brief description of each of these updates and then the impact of this update on business websites, right? So the September 2023 helpful update was designed to improve Google's ability to identify and rank helpful content. I know, that's kind of generic. Helpful content is content that is informative, comprehensive, and relevant to the user's query. I think the key there is comprehensive and informative, because Google has been pushing comprehensive articles for a while, long form as they call it, right? So the impact of this is if you just go and write a 3-paragraph blog post about back pain, and you mention back pain and it's very well optimized, but when the user reads it, it's like, well, this didn't really answer my question on back pain, but I found it when I'm searching back pain. That's not a very helpful article, right? Now, if I do a search for back pain and I come to an article that talks about the intricacies of back pain, it doesn't mean that that article is going to use the word back pain all over again, over and over and over again, right? It could be a very high quality, helpful content, and that content should rank higher than the other guys that is very, very well optimized. So basically, these helpful updates are designed to identify those types of pages, right? So from a small business perspective, only put out content. It's to your benefit if you put out content that is helpful to your audience. So maybe, the way you title your titles, how to do this, or solutions for, although even that can get gamed, right? I'm sure that can get gamed as well. But what I'm saying is don't shy away from it just because somebody's gaming it, but make sure that there are elements in your article that indicates that this is a helpful article, that this is, what you're talking about, right? So that's the September 2023 update. Let's see here. Anyway, small businesses should, I wasn't done with that. I got lost in my notes here. So going back to the September 2023 update, so make your content informative, make it comprehensive. Don't just give high level information, but give some details and share your expertise. Okay. So now the second is the core update from August of 2023. Core updates are broad updates that affect the entire search algorithm. So they are from the core, right? They're the flux capacitor. I just watched Back to the Future again with my daughter. Yeah, the flux capacitor, right? It's the flux capacitor. It's the core of the search algorithm. Obviously, Google is not going to disclose the specific changes that are made in core updates, but they are designed to improve the overall quality of search results. So small business websites, again, as long as you have one of the core updates from a few years ago that was really relevant during COVID time was they did put a higher, onus, I guess, or higher authoritative value to medical websites and any kind of healthcare blogs, things like that. So they were scrutinizing that a little bit more because I do run a couple of clients that have healthcare related stuff, and I saw a 25% drop in traffic after that core update was applied. And that was pretty significant. Now it stabilized and we climbed back a little bit because we're very authoritative in what we write and the content that we put out, but core updates can have a big impact. So as long as you're doing white hat SEO and nothing black hat, you should be fine. Now, the April 2023 update was a reviews update. Obviously, reviews plays a big role for people in their purchase decision, and reviews can be gamed. Reviews can be, can be flooded. So small business websites should encourage their customers to leave reviews of their products and services, but they should also make sure that the reviews they publish are high quality and informative. Small business websites can use review management tools to help them manage their reviews and respond to customer feedback. So that's what I wrote out here. But the reviews is interesting because I've been saying this for a while. I think I mentioned it in one of my reviews podcast, but a lot of businesses are getting tons of reviews, right? 5-star reviews, 4-star reviews. Some people are getting very short reviews. But I think there's going to come a day, and these reviews updates are kind of indicating that when the quality of the review is going to matter more than the quantity of reviews. So somebody comes to your, let's say, dental clinic and has a great experience, and that person goes back and gives you a 5-star and says, great job. Now that review is not as awesome as somebody that goes to your facility, right, has a great experience, gives the 5-star review just like the other guy. But in this situation, this person says, what does this person say? This person says something to the effect of, I came and I saw Dr. So-and-so. They worked on my periodontal issues on my teeth. The hygienist was friendly. They knew what they were talking about. The services I received was awesome. And they really treated my periodontal condition really, really well. Now, okay, I came up with this example on the fly, right? So you could probably poke some holes on this. Obviously, you don't want, if you're a medical office, you don't want your patients disclosing their condition and things like that. But what I'm trying to get at is maybe have them describe a little bit more detail. Maybe talk about, hey, this is a convenient location. Maybe say, I visited this practice in St. George because I live near St. George, that helps with location tracking, location placement. What I'm trying to say is a little bit more detail, right? Than just saying, hey, I came here, the receptionist was friendly, the facility was clean. Okay, that's good. But what I'm trying to say is give a little bit more detail, quality, however that is relevant for your business. So that's the reviews update. Now, I'm not saying that that's what they updated in April of 23. What I'm saying is the reviews update is prioritizing quality and informative reviews. So, and then the March 2023 update was also a core update, similar to the August 2023 update. It was a broad update that impacted the entire search algorithm, and the impact is similar to the August 2023 update. So again, as long as you're focused on creating high quality content that is relevant to your target audience and making sure that your website is technically sound and easy to use, you're going to be fine with these core updates. The February 2023 update was a product reviews update. Again, this focused on high quality product reviews because Google wants to ensure that users can find helpful and informative reviews when they are researching products. So again, similar to the other update, the reviews update we talked about, that was good. So anyway, the December update of 2023 was a helpful content update. Again, again, the definitions are not clear. They're not giving away the details of their algorithm, so I cannot present to you the details of what these updates are. But what they're trying to say is, as long as you're producing high quality, helpful content to your user, then you should be fine, right? So, okay, so the other one, I thought this episode was going to be a lot longer. I didn't realize a lot of these updates were the details on these updates are not that as available as I thought. When I put my notes together, I thought, wow, there's going to be a lot to talk about. But as I'm looking at this, I'm like, wow, this is kind of getting a little repetitive. And you're probably listening to this going, man, didn't you just say that a little bit ago? Wow, didn't you just say that a little bit ago? Yeah, I did, because I thought I had more details than I than I thought. Anyway, continue driving. Don't lose focus. So the October 2022 update, so that was a year ago, was a spam update. So believe it or not, this update was designed to improve Google's ability to detect and remove spam content from search results. Spam content is content that is misleading, irrelevant, or harmful to others. Dubious definitions, nothing clear, but this is kind of where I would say spam is where you are over optimizing. Now, you can optimize adequately, but you can also over optimize. There's a lot of SEO people out there that will over optimize your site. They will use, I wouldn't say necessarily black hat SEO, but maybe gray hat SEO. They will buy links. Maybe these are authoritative sources, but they're buying links. They have hidden text on their pages, which I can't believe people are still doing that. I did that in 1999 and got my site blocked. So I learned my lesson way early. Keyword stuffing is, I kind of give you an example earlier, back pain. If you've got a blog post on back pain, and all you say on your site is, hey, Mr. User, do you have back pain? We are a back pain relief center in Back Pain Center, Texas, and we love to treat all of our patients' back pain. And back pain is our specialty. Back pain is what we help people with. Back pain can be very helpful. If you have back pain, here's what you need to do. So if you are looking for a back pain specialist in Back Pain Specialist area, Texas, then come to our back pain center. See what I did there? See how annoying it is when you read it out loud? This is not a real blog post, but you get the drift. I have come across so many sites, so many pages when I do searches that do that. That's spamming. That's over optimizing. Now, I'm not saying don't use the word back pain if you're a back pain specialist. Use the word back pain, but don't stuff it. Don't put it everywhere. Don't make the reader, don't make it, Google's primary rule is always the content is for the reader, not for the algorithm, right? So the content you publish has to be for the reader, the person that came to your site to read your article, to get an understanding of what you provide and the benefit that you're providing them, right? So that is the thing that you need to focus on. And there are SEO people, not just SEO people, clever people with, I don't know. I just think of the dudes that I used to work with way back, in this kind of situation where they're the ultimate sales guys. They're just trying to get the sale, the SEO sale. They got sleek hair, they talk fast, they give you really cool strategies that sounds really, really cool. But at the end of the day, the next Google algorithm wipes them out, So yeah, a lot of people got wiped out in 2011, 2012. Anyway, so those are the updates. There's a December 2022 helpful update. I don't know if I covered that already because I already went to October, but anyway, so those are the updates of the last 12 months. Now let's talk about future updates. So not specifically for 2024. I think it could apply for 2025 as well, and even 2026. But most likely, Google is going to continue focusing on, how are they going to keep focusing on? They're going to keep focusing on improving the relevance of their search results. So all of their algorithm updates are going to be in providing relevant search results for the terms, right? Making search results more personalized, So making sure, because they have a lot of information about you. We're all logged into Google now. When we do a search, we don't have to be, but we are. We log into Chrome. We're logged in, and when we log in and we do a search for, birthday for my wife, my wife's birthday is in 2 days. I need ideas. Now the Google knows when your wife's birthday is, right? So they are collecting all this information. So they're going to use that information about you to improve the relevance of these results and try to give it as much personalized as possible. And then they're going to continue fighting spam and misinformation because there are spam directories and spammers of all kinds of motivations out there. And then making search more accessible. So they want to make search accessible to everybody regardless of their location or their ability. So they're going to continue developing new tools and features to help people with disabilities use search more easily. In addition to these updates, Google is likely to make updates to its search algorithm to address specific issues that arise. For example, if a new type of spam becomes common, Google will likely update its algorithm to better detect and remove it. So overall, those are the things that they're going to focus on: personalization, relevance, fighting spam and misinformation, making search more accessible, and then spot checks on any looming threats for that particular time period, and then addressing that when it arises. So anyway, so those are the kinds of changes you can expect as you move forward. So that's kind of a wrap up here. So let's do a wrap up here. So today we talked about the Google algorithm updates of the 7 major Google algorithm updates of the past 12 months. And we also talked about the impact of these updates to your business or to your small business website. And then I also talked about some of the principles of what is going to drive Google algorithm updates into 2024. So with that, I also wanted to leave you with, before we stop, or before we end, where can you go to learn about these updates as they happen? Now, you could, if you go to Google Search Console, if you have a Search Console, account for your website, it used to be called Google Webmaster Tools, but now it's called Google Search Console. They do provide information there when there's major updates. The Google blog, you can go to the Google Search blog, and you could read about updates there. You could go to Search Engine Journal or similar SEO industry publications. They will have information on it as well. They'll give you some details on what that is. And then obviously, if you are on social media, follow Google, follow some of these industry experts. Follow me, listen to my podcast. If it's a major update, maybe I'll do an episode. There's always information floating around there as well. Twitter, LinkedIn, they always have those information as well. So with that, I hope I've educated you on why Google does these updates, what those updates are over the last 12 months, the impact of it on your business, and what kind of updates you can expect in the future. So with that in mind, go forth and happy marketing to you and to your business. If you're a small business owner, a marketer in a company, or an entrepreneur, this podcast is for you. You'll become better educated and informed when it comes to digital marketing. And if you implement the strategies, tactics, and tools I discuss in this podcast, your business will grow and prosper. To subscribe, go to corneryourmarketpodcast.com. That again is corneryourmarketpodcast.com. You can also search for Corner Your Market in Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, or wherever you get your podcast, and you can subscribe through those apps. Also, don't forget to like and share our individual episodes. You can also leave a review. Finally, I would love to hear from you, so if you have any questions, feedback, or general comments about the topics I discuss, feel free to send me an email. I will be sure to share and discuss your feedback on the air if it will benefit our listening audience. You can write to me at connect@corneryourmarketpodcast.com. Just put listener comment in the subject line. That email again is connect@corneryourmarketpodcast.com. www.thebrandingcoach.com. Thanks for listening. I look forward to being back next week. Until then, be good and do good.